Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kieno Training Systems. I'm Kieno Thomas, and I am going to be doing a problem that was sent to me. You should have seen a picture of it in the beginning of this video. If not, you can go back and you can read it. But in the following figure here, we have 3 points, B, E, and C. They're said to be collinear. When we say that points are collinear, it just means that they lay on the same straight line. Okay, so CEB or BEC are collinear. AD and C, A, D, and C are also collinear points. Alright, so it's important to just notice we have a certain angle here. We'll just use the theta symbol for that. That is not 0 degrees. That's a theta symbol, supposed to be a theta symbol. Now, E is halfway between points B and C. And D, E, and AB are perpendicular to line BC, which means we have a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here, and a 90-degree angle here. So 90 plus 90 equals a straight line, which is 180 degrees. We have 90 degrees here. Now, a couple things very, very, very important to notice. E is directly in the middle. All this information is given in the question. So we can assume that 40 is here since E is between C and B. So we have a total of 80 units here from C to B or B to C, however you want to label that. So basically, I can already see a couple things here. Now, if we have a given angle and as we rise, we travel a certain distance. So this halfway point, if this is 60, then this is 30 here. We can automatically assume that, just given on the angle and the distance. So if we go 40 units, we're going to rise a certain distance, a height of 30 units. And if we double distance, when we basically double the height, which is 60 here, that was given in the question. So ultimately, the question is asking what is the perimeter of this quadrilateral. Excuse me. So now, what I want to do first is I want to use the Pythagorean theorem. If you don't remember the Pythagorean theorem, it concerns right triangles, and it states that a squared, side A squared plus side B squared equals C squared, which is the hypotenuse. So this is a side, this is a side, and this is the hypotenuse. So using this formula, we can figure out what the distance is between A and C. So let's do it. We'll use 60 as side A. 60 squared plus this side, when we're working with the bigger triangle, 80 squared equals C squared. So let's find out what C is. So we will basically take 60 times 60, and I can see that it's 3,600, and 80 times 80 is 6,400. To understand how I came up with those numbers, if I have 60 times 60, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to forget about the zeros and just think about 6 times 6, which is 36, and then add the 2 zeros back. Same thing with 80. 80 times 80, just deal with the 8 and 8, that is 64, and then add the 2 zeros, 6,400. So 3,600 plus 6,400, and I'll just deal with the two basic numbers, and we're going to come up with 10,000. All right. So this is equal to C squared. So we have to think about what number squared is going to give us 10,000. I'm looking at it, and to me, you could put in 10,000 and hit the square root key. You're going to come up with 100. All right. You're going to come up with 100, and that means that this distance here is 100 units. Okay, it could be inches, it could be feet, but 100 units of something. All right, so that basically gives us a 50 here and a 50 here. If we look at it, it's kind of like the midway point of the rising angle, 50-50. So our answers: A, 100, B, 140, C, 180, D, 200, and finally E, 220 are our answers that we have to select from. So if we take 60 plus 40 is 100, add 30, 130, and add 50, P, or the perimeter, is 180 units. Okay, so it looked a little ugly, but no worries, we got it done. And that is the perimeter of the quadrilateral A, B, E, and D. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe and send questions. Thank you very much. Good night.